Vice Chair of the Insurance and Housing Subcommittee. Mr. Hurd is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here. I had some questions, and I hope you didn't cover these already in your statement, and I apologize for not being here earlier. But I was just wondering about the total spending that's going to be spent on your program. It looks like to me, from your remarks, that the actual spending will be $47.8 billion. But there is a credit of $6 billion that is deducted from that, and so the total claim is $41.7 billion. And I'm wondering, and I think it's important to us who have to make the funding decisions, how much are we talking about actually spending? How much will your department spend? Not how much does it have coming in and in terms of, you know, offsets and credits and that sort of thing. I'd like to know how much you're actually going to spend.
So the $41.7 billion figure is the actual appropriated funds that would be from the taxpayer. And that's a 2.8% reduction from the appropriated amount that we used in 2010. So from a taxpayer point of view, that's the number to focus on, and it's a 2.8%.
Is that comparing apples to apples? Is that the same analysis or framework within which we look at the 2010 spending levels?
That's right.
Okay, so that's
yes,
so over on. All right, and my other question, and I just had one more related to the Housing Choice Voucher Program. Is it my understanding that you all, or the President has proposed a $1 billion increase in that program?
That's correct. The reasons for that increase are primarily we have a set of vouchers that were appropriated in earlier budgets. For example, VASH vouchers that serve veterans who are at risk or have fallen into homelessness. There were 10,000 new vouchers in 2010. Those then, to be renewed, come into the Section 8 account for the first time. So there's a set of new vouchers that have never been renewed before. There are also some vouchers that are new because we lose public housing units, we lose project-based Section 8 units, and they're replaced by vouchers. So some of them, when there's an increase in the Section 8 account, there's an offsetting decrease in other accounts.
Are you able?
And then the third reason is that costs go up to serve the same number of people each year because of inflation, but also in the recession as families' incomes have either stayed level or even declined. That causes the cost per person to increase over time. And so those are the three primary factors that lead to the increase. And again, our priority in this budget was to continue to serve the most vulnerable. 54% of the residents of Section 8 are either elderly or disabled. And so we made cuts in other parts of the budget to accommodate that $1 billion increase in the budget.
Are you able to report as to the net? Is it ultimately going to be more that is going to be spent?
It is an increase
across the Secretariat as a consequence?
It is an increase because we are proposing, for example, another 10,000 vouchers in VASH. There are other vouchers that we believe we should prioritize to continue to spend, but have taken cuts in other areas to offset that.
Okay, so there will be expanded programs as a consequence, and an expanded number of people that will be served.
10,000 additional veterans that we would serve, for example, yes.
That's all the questions I have. I yield back. Thank you.
Thank the